Oh boy, do we have a bad one for you.
2099, Soldier Protocol.
This is only just the beginning.
Here's what I'll say. I am happy to see David Arquette get work. I worry about him sometimes. Like, David Arquette...
Haven't heard from him.
That Scream money, it runs out eventually.
Well, I'm surprised you thought about me at all.
That's maybe the only good thing I can say.
Well, I turned this on because it was late night, and I said, screw it, David Arquette. Haven't seen you.
Yeah.
So I turned it on, and the first 9.5 minutes of this movie had me so baffled as to who was making it, why they were making it, why did they make any of the decisions they made, and my brain short-circuited at exactly the 9:25 mark, and I had to make Chris watch it.
You were carefully screened and selected to participate in this program.
I had to really build up my my interest, but the name alone, I'm like, 2099, the Soldier Protocol. I'm like, that could you get a more generic name? I don't know. So obviously I knew this was going to be something special. I committed. I spent a night and I watched this thing, and it was everything that I think I expected.
Yeah. If you weren't so concerned with pretensions and appearances, you'd be able to appreciate the positivity and emotional centeredness I provide.
How many bafflingly generic, cliche, bad creative choices could you collect into one movie? And somebody there was like, we're gonna show you.
We're redesigning the human species.
All the cinematography was just super bland.
Very flat.
Just shot, cut. And
action was really mediocre. A lot of just like choreography, but shaky cam, close cuts, too many cuts, no.
And not like, again, it was like I feel like maybe if they just shot them fighting, just even just showed it.
How they shot the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
Wide and flat.
Like,
just
wide
show
and flat.
a good choreography fight.
That did not happen. They would have like weird angles on the fights. You couldn't quite see what was happening. It was like, wow, the one thing you had going for you, even messed that one up.
No, everything's under control.
Well, of course, you're here.
To be a little positive, I do have to say David Arquette probably shot for 1 to 3 days at most.
Yeah.
And he barely tried, but I still kind of liked him.
Because of my boyish good looks, muscle mass has increased my acceptance.
There's something about him where I'm just like, some people got it, Well, compared to all the other actors who are trying their asses off.
You can make me walk again.
We can do more than that.
A little behind the scenes of when movies get made, they think to themselves, we need an actor. We need one name in this that's gonna really sell this thing. And why not David Arquette? Why not David Arquette?
Why David Arquette?
That's another fair question. I don't know. $50,000? I don't know. That's my assumption. Like 3 days of David Arquette in one room. Literally he's in one room for 90% of the scenes.
Tired of borrowing money from Patricia and Rosanna.
Yeah, like throw him in. Just give him some work.
It worked!
He's not going to be as thankful in 48 hours.
I think my biggest problem with the movie is it doesn't actually hit those low lows of badness. It kind of stays mediocre. What's so bad about it is why they would arrange the script the way they did, why they would arrange the movie. Why do you keep adding? They're spending money in all the wrong places.
Not much of a story here, just a bunch of kids cutting it loose.
David Arquette, who they throw into the beginning of the movie, he should not be in the beginning of the movie. They were so worried you wouldn't stay because the David Arquette, it's like, we're not really here for him.
We have zero context for, the beginning starts and you're like, there's David Arquette at a computer saying things, and then random people start fighting. You have no idea what's going on. And it really doesn't get that much clearer later, but you're like, here is David Arquette. He was on the poster of this movie, and you would get him within the first 5 seconds, darn it.
This is only just the beginning.
Exactly. They took the first 7-8 minutes of the movie should have been, later. Like when they start the movie about 7 minutes in, that's the real beginning of the movie.
It's like sort of intro, another sort of intro, another sort of intro.
Yeah, there's three titles. Like there's 3 title cards. Let's not forget that they had to start. They have this brilliant quote of Friedrich Nietzsche. What is it? That which does not kill you makes you stronger. Friedrich Nietzsche and your T-ball coach.
Do you have a point? Okay, let's move on.
Go for that obscure Socrates quote or something, or Plato.
Or
do
just
that,
or just don't, or just don't,
or just don't.
or
do
just
it at
don't.
all. Don't do it at all.
You're not making that kind of movie. This is, you know what? It made me want to watch Equilibrium, like a good bad movie, like a movie that takes itself way too seriously, and that's okay.
Sir, toss it back in. I'll finish it off.
In this movie, it did take itself seriously, but it also didn't make any sense, and it didn't have Christian Bale cuddling puppies, and it was just, there was things missing.
But I mean, the people involved, like the acting is not awful. It's just, it's like the directing.
Badly directed.
Yeah, badly directed.
Yeah, it's like, be evil, and that was the direction, and then they kind of ran with that.
The lady with David Arquette, she's just like, an hour and a half of this.
For the Future Soldier Initiative.
Yep, just.
And then she would actually have a couple moments where she'd emote. I'm like, oh, she's good.
She's
Why don't you
capable.
have her do that? Why don't you have her do that whole be a person thing?
It takes effort.
Doctor, you're draining the room of oxygen.
I'm gonna say one nice thing beyond David Arquette making a paycheck. There was some really nice drone shots of winter, forests.
Yeah.
And it actually opens the movie with that shot. And I thought, oh, well, this is pretty.
Beautiful.
Maybe it'll be a bad script and bad acting, but we'll get some beautiful
cinematography,
some beautiful scenery or something. It didn't really hold. But for at least a good 30 seconds or so, you can enjoy some just beautiful scenery before it all happens.
Yeah. Well, they have that gorgeous establishing shot, but then they throw after effects like, oh, this is a drone?
It's a drone?
It's okay.
Oh, and this is never going to matter later?
It was great seeing you.
Fun, bad movie. I highly recommend the first 9.5 minutes. When the third title card hits, your mind will explode. You will not know why anybody made these decisions, but you can stop after that.
Or keep going like I did and embrace the suffering with us, and then watch Equilibrium later. That just makes you think, wow, if you're gonna make a bad movie, this is how you do it.
Make it pay off.